heal the world, make this a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying, but if you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hi everybody, welcome to Cheryl's Organic Food Forest. I'm Lady Cheryl. I'm glad you're here. Today, in this episode, I'm going to share with you an update on some more of my emergency garden food. I'm going to share sweet potatoes with you, the progress of our okra, and I'm going to do a pepper harvest. Not the ones in the greenhouse, but the ones in the garden beds out here. Okay. Oh yeah. Also, I'm going to share with you how I'm treating the spider mites in the garden bed inside of the greenhouse. Okay, let's get started. Okay guys, I'm out here in the greenhouse and I want you to look right over there where my finger is. There's a gallon of water and I put 3 ounces of cold pressed neem oil, pure cold pressed neem oil, and I put a tablespoon of dish soap. That's why you see it foaming at the top. Shook it up real good, and then I put it in this spray bottle and I am applying it to this garden bed. You can look right there. You can see I pulled up the tomato, cages, and those stakes, like this real tall one right here. And you can see everything is glistening, it's real shiny. That's the neem oil. And you can see that rake down there, that little small hand rake. I'm using that hand rake to turn over the soil and apply the neem oil. And I am being careful, trying not to get it on the marigolds, but if it does, it's okay. Because I am going to war with these spider mites that tried to take over this bed while I was on vacation. And I just need to take care of it. If for some reason the neem oil is too much for the marigolds, that's okay. They have served their purpose. They have been growing since January. So if I lose some of them, oh well. I need to kill the insects in this garden bed naturally without chemicals so that it don't affect my next crop. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, here is the last okra that I planted in the 17-gallon buckets, and you can see it's doing very well. This one right here has some type of deficiency. I'm going to give it some Neptune's fish emulsion and seaweed, and a couple days later I will give it some comfrey tea. So all 3 of these containers are doing excellent. Now here is one that got away from me. And surprisingly, it's not hard. But I'll use it for okra water. I make tea. It lowers your glycemic level. And so this is some of the first okra that I planted from seeds. And remember, those are starts over there. And here is a nice one. It won't be ready until tomorrow. Now, okra pods grow amazingly fast. So you might want to check it twice a day. Here's more that I planted originally from seeds. And again, this is all emergency food. So this will be donated. Nice amount of okra. And over here, it might be getting shaded a little bit too much because okra likes sun and heat. I probably will pull it out, but I will still give it some Neptunes. Okay. All right. So the okra is doing very well. Don't forget, check your okra close because it will get away from you by growing so fast very quickly. So once in the morning and once in the afternoon or evening to be on the safe side. I have 3 in this 5-gallon bucket, 1 in this container, 1, 2, 3 over here, 3 in there. And I have about 7 in each one of these 17-gallon buckets. Let me show you how big that bucket is. Okay, so now you know if I could put 3 or 2 in a 5-gallon bucket, surely I can grow 7 in a 17-gallon bucket, because that's almost 3 times as big. Okay, that's an update on my okra for the emergency food garden. Okay, so here are the two this is a 30-gallon tub, and I think this one's 29 totes of sweet potatoes. And as you can see, they're growing up past the trellis, latching on anything that they can, and they're growing really well. I see a few holes on the leaves, and that's from Japanese beetles. So I'm gonna keep coming out here and trying to grab them. I find that's the best way to treat them, is to grab them, because they're a little slow. You can reach for them and they'll barely move, and then you can get it. You know, it's just really weird, but they're a little, like the terms I use is slow in the head. You would think if something was coming after you, you would fly off and get out of the way. But no, not the Japanese beetle. They're a little slow. So you can usually just catch them, and if you have a jar of dish soap and water, drop them in there and they'll die. But most times I don't walk around my food forest with a jar of dish soap and water, unless I'm specifically coming out here to look for Japanese beetles. I had advised you guys to water your sweet potatoes every day for the first week or so. Now I can see a little of yellowing of the leaves. I'm watering them like once every 3 days. But you got to remember that it's hot here in Texas. So even if the sweet potatoes are drooping, wait till the next morning before you decide if you're going to water them, because they'll come right back. They'll perk up right back, and then you will have overwatered them and the leaves will start turning yellow. Here's a pearl from Cheryl. If you haven't tried to eat sweet potato leaves, take some of those leaves off and put them in stir fry, or just cook them by themselves with a little olive oil, a little onions, a little garlic, salt, pepper, just a little bit, and you will be amazed. It tastes like a sweet potato spinach. It's delicious. So I eat my leaves, okay? Especially the heart-shaped ones like this. Excuse me. Heart-shaped ones like this. All sweet potato leaves are not sweet. It depends on your variety. And I'm almost certain these are Beauregard. Remember, I wasn't going to plant any more sweet potatoes because I canned a lot of sweet potatoes and yams. But I'm doing this. This is all emergency food. This will be given away. So now I have sweet potatoes growing in 3 blue 17-gallon buckets. Let me go over there and show you those. Okay? All right. And now that I'm sitting in this chair filming this, I know I got to move that okra out, because it's really cool and it's shaded by this brick wall, this fence over here, and then the fence back there. So I'm going to move. Let me slowly do this so my video won't be so jerky. I'm going to move this bucket right here and let it get more sun. Okay. Let me show you the rest of the sweet potatoes. Okay, so here's one bucket right there. 17 gallons of sweet potatoes growing up this arbor. And on the other side, you will see more sweet potatoes latching on to the water feature and then growing up the arbor. I'm really hoping we get some nice sweet potatoes that I can share. And again, I'm going to start holding off on the water because I see a little rust here. And these are growing really, really well. So I'm really pleased about these sweet potatoes. And there's one more container. Let me get that one to show you. Here is the last container. And I think it's been getting a little too much water too. So I'm going to hold off. Just going to pull these little small leaves off. They're looking yellow. And I'm going to start, like I said, I'm going to withhold water and give it just a little bit less. But all in all, the plant is doing really well. Okay, and as you can see here, I put these little fence posts up so that I can bring the leaves up and then out, and then they can just trail all down on this table. Okay, so that is the end of the sweet potatoes. Okay. Now I'm going to harvest some bell peppers. These are the ones that I grew from seeds. They're not in the greenhouse. This is outside. That's a nice, beautiful pepper. That'll be given away today. And I think it's another one over here I can harvest. Oh, actually, it's two more. I'm going to have to step inside of this bed. It's something that I don't like doing, but I'm going to. And I'm going to harvest this one and this one. And I'll give it to, I don't want to say, but I'll give it to the person today that's coming over my front porch. And then I'm going to go right over here. Let's put these right here in the roses. And I have quite a lot to harvest. No, I don't. I just have two. That's still a nice 5 peppers somebody can get. Those are nice. And there's some more peppers growing, as you can see here, all over the plants. Okay, so there are 5 peppers. Then I'm going to walk over here. This is emergency garden food, but I'm going to give it away because I have plenty. I'm going to do a couple of these California. Oh, I should have brought pruners. This is hard to do with my thumbnail. Got it. One small one over here. It's hot, so the peppers are not producing large peppers. This red one could stay on a little bit longer, but I'm going to take it anyway. And this one too, so I can just give it to someone because we have a lot more growing. Okay, so that's it for the pepper harvest. So that's it for the pepper harvest today. Someone will really appreciate these. Looking good. Okay, so it's July 10th. And I'm back out in the greenhouse, and I've watered the Wandering Jew plants in the hanging baskets, and I watered all the peppers in pepper place. And I also watered the corn that you see back there behind the greenhouse. And I treated this garden bed for spider mites. And I'm getting ready to take my rake right here and turn the soil over after the plants stop dripping water. And I'm going to use my spray that I made right there. Neem oil, dish soap, and water. And I'm going to fill that spray bottle up again, and I'm going to start turning the soil over and moving the mulch to one side and just spray. I don't have to show you that. It's very easy to do. You just take your rake like this, move everything over, leaving that society garlic right there. Make like a trench and spray. Now, so far, the neem oil and water hasn't bothered the marigold leaves. They're still shiny. You can see that, you know, neem oil was sprayed on it, neem oil spray. Now, if this was just for me, I would leave the marigolds there. But because I want each family that I'm helping to get some, I'm going to pour some of these up. And that way I'll have more gardening real estate. Oh man, I think I just said what I was growing. I didn't want to do that for the contest. So I'm going to have to edit it. So I need to stop right here and stop telling you what I'm getting ready to grow. Because that contest is still going on for a few days. But I want more real estate to grow more emergency food, so I'm going to pull some of the marigolds, especially right in here. so I can have more real estate to grow. And I'll leave the society garlic. Maybe I will propagate some, like this big clump right here and here, and I'll divide it and put it someplace else. But yeah, just want you to know what I'm working on first thing this morning. It's not even 7 o'clock. Actually, it probably is 7 o'clock now because the sun is out in full force. Okay guys, you can see I pulled up all of the society garlic, and I decided to go ahead on and pull up the marigolds because there's no not a root in this bed. I've been growing marigolds in this garden bed for 2 straight years, and there's no evidence of knotted root that is caused by a fungus that non-beneficial nematodes wreak havoc on your roots. They get in your soil and they multiply, and one way to kill them is with marigolds. So every plant that I pulled up did not have any knotted root, so I decided that I would go ahead on and pull them up. That way I'll have more real estate for the next crop that I'm going to grow. But I will plant in the center blocks this society garlic, and then I'll plant some down there. And I think what I'm going to do is put some in pots and put them up against this wall of the greenhouse right in here where I have a lot of wood chips. But this is going to be some really nice real estate to grow a summer crop for the emergency garden. Yeah, I think I made the right decision. I'm going to try to straighten up the bricks a little bit. Do another application of neem oil. Dissolve in water. And usually you're supposed to do this like every 3 days. But I am applying this on crops that have been removed already. So I'm going to do it every day for the first 3 days, and then I'll wait 2 days and do it again. And then by the 15th is when I plan to plant my next crop in here. They should be all dead. Okay. All right. Now, I know as soon as I start talking, he'll run away. But I want you to see my little greenhouse lizard. I'm happy to see frogs and lizards in the greenhouse or anywhere in the food forest because they eat bugs that are not beneficial. Okay. Goodbye, little man. Okay, so let me share with you what I've done. I've put some of those emergency garden buckets that I grew mustards and kale and what other kind of greens? Oh, lettuce. Got too hot, they started bolting, so I gave everything away. Now I'm going to use these containers to grow something in. I haven't decided. I'll let you know, but I'm putting them in position. And when I harvest whatever I put in there, I'll just come right in here, pick up the whole tray, put it on this potting table and harvest, and then put it back. And I can also harvest from outside of the greenhouse. All I would need to do is to pull up the shade cloth. See right there at the edge where the center blocks are? All I have to do is just harvest right through there. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I use as much of the space as I possibly can. Because I want to keep this pathway where the wood chips are up under here to put my citrus trees here in the wintertime. And I turned this bed over really good and applied the neem oil. And that's just some remnants, the green stuff that you see of the society garlic. Straighten up the bricks as much as I could. And here is the society garlic over here. I'm going to take them and put them in some water. It's a little water in here. And then I'll replant these. I'll transplant them at the back of these containers here in a couple days. I'll probably bring these in the house and put them in a pot of water or somewhere on the patio where it'll be cooler. Okay. All right. So I'm waiting for my seeds to come in. They should be here in a few days. And if they're not in the mailbox already, and I'll just keep turning this over and treating this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shovel some of this soil and put it into these containers. Shovel what's on the top that I know has been treated for spider mites and put it in all of these containers. And I'm going to add some new potting soil and mix it in with this here. And hopefully if I can buy some black cow compost. Black cow compost and manure has been sold out everywhere in the North Texas area. So if I can get some in, I will amend this soil with a little bit because I don't have any homemade compost left. I used it all with the emergency garden. This concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it and were motivated by it. My next video, I'm going to share with you what I actually plant in that garden bed and containers inside of the greenhouse. I want to thank you all for tuning into my channel today because I know there are a lot of channels you could be watching right now. So I want to end this by telling you that God loves you and you guys know I love you too. Thank you for watching. Bye now. Coming soon. As a matter of fact, it'll be August, the relaunch of Lady Cheryl's products. These products are all inspired by nature for your hair, skin, and spirit, and they are made with love right in my kitchen from my heart to yours.